This is TWiT.
Owen J. Stone, Mr. O'Docta, I've known you for a long time. I've always seen you as an honest, a deep, powerful man, mostly powerful. Would you he's muted. Are you there? Is it me? It was us. Are you?
It was you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is.
You can hear me.
There's that voice. There's the
Powerful
voice.
mute man.
Would you use Zoom for your next video conference?
What's Zoom?
Georgia Dow, would you?
I've never used it. I won't use it. I just spoke to my daughter about it, and the trash that a child explained to me how trashy it is, I definitely won't be using it.
Oh, really?
She's using it for school, and her first plug, Raising the Ninja is back. We're doing video now.
Nice.
I got 3 episodes in the can. You guys could check it out. But I actually checked on my child because I'm a horrible parent, and she gets pretty much A's and B's, so I don't ever ask her about school or care. But I said the other day on the show, I said, so what's this Zoom thing like? She's like, well, we're in the classroom with the other kids, and kids have dogs going on in the background or siblings running around crazy. And then it takes over when the teacher's trying to talk to us. So I can't ever understand or hear what the teacher's saying. And I'm like, why don't they hit mute? She's like, I hit mute when the teacher's speaking, but other kids don't know how to use computers and they don't know to do that. So the teacher's talking, then you can't hear the teacher. Teacher's talking, then you can't hear the teacher. And I'm like, well, that's ridiculous.
Well, you're not alone. The New York City schools banned Zoom. Google banned Zoom. Of course, they have a competing product called Google Meet.
Yeah.
SpaceX and NASA won't use Zoom because it's insecure. Georgia,
Apple uses WebEx.
do you use Zoom for your psychotherapy? You use Skype, you said.
I don't. I try to use FaceTime, or we do Skype, or we do phone calls. And Skype, I would rather do FaceTime than not. Interestingly enough, though, the Order of Psychology in Quebec is using Zoom. So I'm like, when I'm being audited, which is happening, yay, a lot of fun, they're going to be doing it through Zoom. And I'm like, I'm going to be having a chat with them at the end of the audit so that I'm done and I don't have to worry about annoying them, how this is really an unsafe system to be able to use to talk to all the different therapists. So yeah, kind of interesting. I'd rather not, but there's not many options for things that work really well. Zoom is really easy to use. And so I think because of that, it takes over because there's not a competing product that is as simple to be able to, you just send a link, you go in and you're there.
I think it's possible to use Zoom. You got to teach people to mute, for instance. You got to set up the settings so that people can't Zoom bomb. Admittedly, Zoom had problems. I was encouraged because this week, Alex Stamos, who I consider to be a top-notch security guy, he was security at Yahoo, left when he found out that Yahoo had been hacked, but the boss didn't tell him.
Yes.
He was security at Facebook, left. Seems like he's here. He's present in a lot of car wrecks. He left when they found out about Cambridge Analytica, but I think he's really widely considered to be really good.
He goes to hell and then leaves when they won't let him.
Yeah, because he wants to make it safe. He says, I got a phone call from Eric Yuan, Zoom's founder and CEO. This was last week after Zoom. You know, Zoom went from 20 million daily active users in December to 200 million in March. And so
Insane.
They were a business product, and they were optimized for ease of use. They weren't optimized for security.
I would argue that they were optimized for growth hacking and not optimized for security or privacy.
Yeah,
they wanted to be as easily adopted as possible, as fast as possible.
You and I on MacBreak Weekly some months ago talked about the really nasty flaw that Zoom introduced on Macintoshes, because when Zoom was installed on a Mac, it opened up a web browser, created a web browser with an open port. The idea was it makes it easy the next time you're in a Zoom meeting, even if you want to install it, you just click a link and Zoom will download and run. So it was about ease of use or maybe growth hacking. But they were told about it. They didn't remove it. Apple actually had to push out a patch to fix it. So that's nasty.
Yeah. And they also
didn't
lied
do
about
anything
their
about
end-to-end encryption. They're like, oh, we're end-to-end encrypted inside Zoom, but that's not end-to-end. That's middle to middle, folks.
Yeah, to us. Yeah, we can see what you. But in
We're
their
encrypted
defense,
on the right, but not the left.
it's in the nature of video conferencing, because you could have end-to-end encrypted as your call comes into the Zoom server from everybody. But at some point, the Zoom server is mixing the call. It can't do that in an encrypted conversation.
Yeah, well, you just don't want a person in the middle attack between you and Zoom. Like, you don't want someone sitting out on your balcony,
I agree.
Recording what you're saying.
And actually, the ultimate irony, because Senator Richard Blumenthal, the Democratic senator who is supporting the Earn It Act, which of course is the back door to getting rid of all encryption in the United States, has dinged Zoom for saying they don't have end-to-end encryption. Dick.
But he doesn't understand this stuff. He just
Clearly.
wants political. I mean, like most politicians, they don't understand technology. They want political. I did a Zoom chat this week. Like I told you before on MacBreak Weekly that I will not use Facebook. I will not use Zoom. But because of the times we're living in, if my family or someone else reaches out to me and we have to use Zoom, I'll do it. And so there was a charity stream this week to raise money for COVID-19. It was a bunch of educational YouTubers playing Jackbox. And they used Zoom, and because I want to help with this, I used Zoom for it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to use it. I'm not gonna ever start one, but I'm not gonna be. I don't think I have the luxury of being principled and refusing to use these technologies.
So I'm encouraged because Stamos said he's going to come on as a consultant. He said Yuan asked him if I'd be interested in helping Zoom build up its security, privacy, and safety, and I readily agreed. So I think Stamos understands how important Zoom is right now. And I get the sense that he gets the sense from Yuan that Yuan's committed to this. Now, watch carefully. Stamos will be the canary in the coal mine. Because just like at Yahoo and Facebook, if you see a post from Stamos saying, I'm out of here, now we know.
Well, it's just what's the DNA of the company? What's the culture of the company?
Exactly.
Like at Apple, and I'm only saying Apple because that's the company I know best, but the other companies might do this too. They have a concept called private by design, and the privacy group and the security group, there's a couple of groups that have like almost unlimited power. The performance team, which can take your code away and say it's wasting battery. The security team can take your code away and say there's an exploit. The privacy team has to approve every stage of design, and you can't like get to the end and say, oh, we're going to go back and retrofit privacy. Every stage of go forward on the project has to be private, and a company like Zoom isn't used to it. They were just go to market, and it's really hard. Like if you're an engineer, it's so I've got to check for, I've got to audit, I've got to make, it puts so much more barrier to delivery. But it's imperative to at least have, like, I'm not saying everyone has to run like Apple, like there are whole different models, but you can't have like vectors for easy attack on your users just because you're negligent in auditing your code from the start.
I'm going to give them the benefit of that. Remember that the company is an American company. They're in Silicon Valley, but all the coders are in China. The 3 Chinese companies. At one point, Zoom routed all the traffic through China, but that seems to have been an error. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because we do need something that's easy to use. Little PSA, we've talked about Jitsi before. I use Jitsi. It's an open source product. It was trivially easy for me to put Jitsi on my Debian server at my house. In fact, it's TWiT.team. I created a server. It's HTTPS. It uses Let's Encrypt. That's all built into Jitsi. Only I can start a meeting. Don't all run over there because I was worried about killing my server. But it makes it very easy. Plus, you don't need to install any software. I can send a web address, twit.team/family, let's say, to my family and say, click this, and you're in. And that's all you need to do. So that is as easy to use as Zoom. It doesn't have all the features. You can't change your desktop background or your wall, the background behind you. You can't blur your camera. Oh, actually, you can blur your camera. Don't. So there is an alternative. But good luck trying to get people to use it because I have tried.
Don't you think like they dropped the ball too? Like it's interesting. Like Slack, there was so many products that were close to Slack, but Slack really filled a niche in the market in a way that made people want to use it. And there were like Google had 8 different versions of Zoom, and Microsoft had Skype and Teams. Like, there were so many products on the market, and Zoom just ate their lunch.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Now Skype has just announced that they are going to respond to this a little bit. They're going to have a no install version of Skype that you can use. You don't have to have a Skype account. It'll be a link-based option for free video calls. And Skype is Microsoft. I don't know if you could say privacy by design, but
they've gotten better. They fixed some of the things that, but they were famous for saying that they're not going to encrypt, and that's why they didn't get HIPAA clearance like FaceTime did for a while. Yeah. So you have to it depends on what you care about and what you don't care about.
There is, I believe, a HIPAA version of Zoom, by the way, that you can pay for. Yeah.
Could you do me a favor, Uncle Leo?
Yeah.
CyberPro in the chat made a good point. Go ahead and make a fancy Zoom video. I only need it to be 3 minutes long, and I need it to be the top 5 things you should do with Zoom. I believe I would do it myself, but I believe a silver fox like yourself is more trustworthy and more appealing on the eye. So if you go ahead and put that out, I'll make sure that Leah sends it to all her little school friends and teachers. You'll be a viral sensation on YouTube.
I think we already
make sure you get that done this week.
I think we
give
already
me the clip.
No, I think we.
Then send me the clip. All right, just cut it out. Somebody send it to me.
Carson, maybe you know. We had I said I won't do it. I'm going to let the other hosts do it. But Jason and Micah, we have a video. We had all the hosts and Ant got together, suggested all of their tips for secure conferencing, and Micah made a video. Where is that, Karsten? Where can we...
Micah's video, can I just say that's like one of the cutest videos I've seen, where he's putting all his screens behind him, and he's putting on his shirt, and he's telling you to dress right. I was cracking up so hard because I'm like, if you don't take that blurry background off with the microphone and the microphone's disappearing...
Micah cannot not be cute.
Micah
he cannot not be.
Adorbs.
Yeah. He cannot not be.
I don't know. It isn't exactly what you're looking for, which I think would be a good thing to do, which is the 5 things that you should do to
very direct
your
to the
Zoom
point.
Conference work. A lot of people have done that. I mean, TechCrunch, John Constantine did one. There's an Ars Technica article.
Do I have to read it?
Yeah, and
it's not the same.
It's more
technical. There's The Verge did a phenomenal one about just how to make yourself look good on videos. I'm blanking on her name. It's their video producer who did it, and she's just amazing at this stuff. And it's like, don't tilt your camera down, do this, don't put your camera there. It's like 2 minutes long, very popish, and everyone should watch it so that you look better than your friends and career mates.
Yeah, we tweeted it. Let me
That's what really is important.
This is our big problem.
Just make sure you look better.
We tweeted it, but I don't know if tweeting really is a very good way to get something out like that. Maybe we'll put it on the front page. I'm scrolling back through twitter.com/twit, which is confusing by itself. I don't know. We're doing a lot of stuff with the what's that?
You guys are killing it with content right now. You got AMAs every other day.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff because we got nothing else to do.
The AMAs were terrific. I'm really enjoying them.
You did one. Was yours last week or this week? I forgot.
Mine was last week.
With Mary Jo.
It turned out really well. This week is Inako, Andy.
Yeah, Andy did it with Jeff Jarvis. Jason Howell hosted. Yeah, we're trying to do it. Ask Me Anything with our hosts.
And
that's right.
Nobody asked me in Georgia.
Flo and Mary Jo.
Okay.
No, we'll get you guys.
We're banned.
Paul
We're
Oh, Thorat, that's right.
I forgot. My bad. Yeah. I forgot.
We do those live on Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, but you can get them on. Where do we put it? I don't know where we put it.
They kept trying to get us to fight. Those chat rooms wanted us to fight about Mac and Windows, and Paul and I just hugged it out.
It's on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/twit.
You got to fight. That's how you get the views.
I know.
That's true.
I know.
No one wants to see.
We might have come out like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. We might have done that a little bit.
I think we're putting out too much content. I can't.
No such thing.
I can't even follow it. There's so much content coming out. But I'm busy making masks. I'm busy sewing.
You're making content, Leo. You can't be enjoying and making it.
So, consensus.
You're keeping people safe so that they can watch the content.
That's right. Consensus. Zoom or not to Zoom? Georgia?
I don't think there's many choices right now, so I would say Zoom if you have to.
Zoom if you have to. Owen?
Zoom, but use protection.